So Matt, once again, welcome back to another video. There's another paid request, this time for Splitsin91. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of video or review or reaction, commentary, list ranking, whatever it may be, feel free to send either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. I will try to get to it as soon as I can. But he wanted me to talk about Army of Thieves, which came out this year, which I forgot this was a thing. It is a prequel to Army of the Dead. And the prequel follows the German safecracker. And the actor who plays him is also the same guy who directed the film. So he directed this film and he stars in the film. And kind of my question is why? Why do we need a prequel to this guy? I don't think he was that interesting or fun. He was kind of annoying in Army of the Dead. And he's kind of annoying here. And this is a film that it probably wouldn't be a rant. Not because I like the film, because I don't. I'm not a fan of the film. It kind of just sat there. It was fairly forgettable. It's fairly meh. And sadly, I would go, like, Army of the Dead is worse in the fact of, had a great trailer. Army of the Dead, oh, Dave Bautista, I like Bautista. Zack Snyder going back to doing a zombie movie, like the Dawn of the Dead remake, cool. Great trailer, love the usage of the Gambler, Kenny Rogers. Great potential, zombie, heist, action. Had a budget behind it. And they dropped the ball. And Zack Snyder dropped the ball horrendously. I mean fucking horrendously. I could not believe how much they dropped the ball on that. That's just like, come on, are you fucking kidding me, man? And yeah, it has a couple of decent action bits. I do like Dave Bautista's performance, but such a fucking... They dropped the ball big time on that movie. So this is a film that had no fucks to give. No fucks were given at this point for this movie. And so I watch it, and it just was forgettable. It was meh. If this guy, he wants to be a star, good luck, I guess. It's about, I guess, a prequel. Those bits on the news is the start of the zombie apocalypse that I think's been contained in Vegas. Once in a blue moon, the lead guy has a nightmare of a zombie eating him. It's like that's the only reason that's there is, oh, by the way, let's keep reminding you, it's a prequel to Army of the Dead, which a lot of people didn't seem to like. So, but a lot more people liked this film based on the reviews and the comments. So this German's safecracker, he has a YouTube channel that has 0 views. He finally gets 1 view, 1 comment videos, and it tells him to go to this certain place. So he goes to this certain place, and it's this area where there's a safe cracking competition. And this bit, I didn't mind in the fact of, okay, to do the safe, how he breaks to the safe, there's a CGI where it goes inside and you see the things click to the right, certain parts. That's a bit stylistic. How do you make safe cracking exciting? Granted, if you want to see a movie about that, go watch with Guz Khan, directed by Michael Mann, which is way better than this. It might not be my favorite Michael Mann film, that goes to Heat and Collateral, but I like Thief. Yeah, Guz Khan is a lot easier to watch than this guy. This guy is just awkward. I found him irritating. I found him annoying. I don't think he was funny. He wasn't funny in Army of the Dead. I didn't think he was funny in this. What I mean by awkward, like after he wins the competition, there's 3 stages to it. He meets this lady. which you know is going to be a potential love interest. Am I being spunt? Am I being spunt? Huh? You mean punt? Oh, yes, yes. Like, that's the type of jokes he has. So, the petition was to go, hey, you join our team. And the team consists of, was it 5 people? Yeah, 5 people. It's him, the lady who's pretty much just there to watch. She has, I mean, there's a guy who used to be an action hero who was inspired to lift weights because he saw a scene in Con Air. I'm like, yeah, remind me of a better movie in your movie. And he kind of becomes our asshole villain. You have this guy who's a getaway driver. You have this girl, Karina, who's a master hacker. And that's your team. And so the job is to go to these safes. There's 4 safes. And 3 of them have been found. The 4th, no one knows where it is. Spoiler alert, the 4th safe is the safe in Army of the Dead in Vegas, which is why the German safe tracker said yes to that job. That's the 4th safe. These are the 3 other safes. And some backstory about this guy made these intricate safes, like the most high-tech's not the right word, impenetrable safes ever. And even one of them, there's another one that he locked himself in as its own tomb. For a split second I thought, is it one of the 3 safes, and when they find it, they don't find the dead body? No, this is a different one. And they're just going to these safes for glory. To be, look what we did, we're legends. And maybe, you know, there's zombies in the world, but people look at us, I'm like, who the fuck is going to give a shit about safe tracking legends when there's zombies in the fucking world? Zombie Holocaust. Although granted, in the Army of the Dead, they kind of were contained in Vegas. But again, in a world where you realize zombies are real, who gives a shit about, oh, those people cracked into some safes? And it's for glory. It's not even for money. It's for glory. Money, again, people are like, well, why would they care about money in the Army of the Dead? Well, again, from what I understand, zombies were contained in Vegas and nowhere else. From what I understand. Could be wrong. But, you know, money for other places you could have. But no, it's for glory. And also I'm thinking, well, who's going to believe you? Because they don't record break into the safes. Like, we're going to record us break into the safe and we're going to upload it. And look what we did. Look how glorious we are. No, they don't do that. So I could say to you, I broke into and stole the Declaration of Independence. But you just have to take my word for it. But I did it. So people are supposed to just take their word for it? Maybe it will be a rant. Maybe it will be a rant. Because I wasn't a fan of the movie. It just... Maybe it will be rant. See, sometimes I have to talk things out loud in my head. But yeah, I'm sitting there going... Who gives a shit? Like, world-wise. And who gives a shit about the safe tracking legends? And maybe it's just glory for themselves? I'm like, okay, but I don't know much about you. Like, the German safe tracker, we don't really learn much about like why he really got this and why he cares about safe tracking so much. And the other girl barely does anything than just watch. Like, he's tracking the safes and she's just watching and him. Like, she has nothing else to do. She's just standing there. And then it's just going from one safe to the other, rinse and repeat. And the CGI intricacies of the inside of the safe and how it gets unlocked, when you see one of them, you've seen all of them. It's the same bit repeated. He does one. And you can only do so much with safes. It's not about getting the money. It's about where we're getting it from. We want to become legends. Again, who's going to believe you? You're not recording anything. Where's your evidence? And I guess their point, their reason for doing it, just national treasure. It was some personal gain for that. Or our family's name has been tarnished. We want to fix that. And then it does become national news. And also there's not a zombie fucking apocalypse that could come on down. Because the price is wrong, bitch. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this? I think once I talk it out, sometimes I get more and more pissed. I'm like, yeah, fuck, it is a rant. Just not a raging rant like other movie. Who is this for? Yeah, that's subjective. I mean, every movie has a fan, every movie has a non-fan. The story just doesn't appeal or make a lot of sense to me in this world that they built as a prequel, and people are seeing that there's zombies in the world. And again, even money would make more sense than, like, who's going to give a shit about the glory of the safe trackers? They don't, hey, I hope that zombie doesn't get through and eat all of us. And again, you're not showing any proof, you're not recording any proof. I thought with the YouTube thing, oh, they don't record stuff, maybe put on his YouTube channel. Which, of course, maybe they wear a mask while doing that so that they're... But no, maybe they wouldn't wear a mask to show, yes, we are the ones who did it. And then we'll take the money and then we'll escape somewhere and hide away. See, that's what I thought the plot would be. The YouTube channel, we're going to record us doing it. Look what we're doing. We broke into this. We uploaded. Look at who we are. We uploaded when we're done with the job. So people will know who we are. We'll become legends, but you'll also have enough money to escape and disappear forever. To the islands, to the Bahamas, wherever country they decide to go. No, that's not the case. None of that is the case. So it just falls flat to me, the story. And the characters just aren't interesting to me. Again, this German safe tracker didn't make me laugh in Army of the Dead. He doesn't make me laugh here, where there's more screen time. The other part of the plot, was it Interpol? Yeah, it was an Interpol guy. Where it's pursuing the crew because one of them shot him in the ass. And so I need to get them. So they go one safe, the next safe is at a bank. One guy's a decoy, the action hero guy is wearing a president mask as if it was Point Break with Patrick Swayze. He gets shot in the arm, he escapes. People are trying to get into the van. He pushes the safe tracker out of the car, which makes no sense. And even some people go, what the fuck? We're not done with the job. But then the action guy goes, well, we got enough money. So you got enough money, but then you still try to get into the third safe. But you said you had enough money. Wouldn't you try to do this after the third safe then? Not after the second safe? So again, the human villain's an idiot too. I'm going to push the safe tracker that we need, who's a guy, weakling physicality of a character that you could overpower easily. So you let him go, and then you go, we have enough money. Okay, we'll never see him again. But no, then they third safe, and I'm like, again, if you said nothing, just let him do the third safe, you would have been fine and dandy. So what the fuck are you doing? That didn't make sense either. And there's bad running jokes, like the lead guy will literally go gulp. Instead of, he literally says gulp. And they go, did he say gulp? Did you actually say gulp? That's a running joke. So that tells you what the humor is. And then they pepper in a few Nightmares of Zombies to keep reminding you, oh yeah, it's connected to the Army of the Dead. And they go to safe 1, they go to safe 2. He just let go. He's riding a bicycle. He finds the two girls because they left the asshole and the getaway driver. The lead guy's pissed. Hey, come on, we want to become legends. Let's go for the third. They go for the third. Only this time, he's doing it while the vehicle is moving. And the thing with the saves is that if you mess up enough times, it's locked forever. And then, there's not a lot of suspense. Because it's a prequel, so we know he lives. We know he'll be fine. We know that these saves get done because that's why he's so adamant to get the fourth one, to crack all four of them. Otherwise, why would, I mean... So he does it. And then... Again, they do it while the vehicle's moving. I already forgot what happened to the guy and the getaway driver. The hacker, she was an ally of them. She leaves herself behind to get caught and be a bit of a decoy. Ultimately, the Interpol guy, which there's nothing to talk about that guy. Again, he's upset that he got shot in the ass. The girl and the lead guy are at a boat. The girl and the Interpol are at a standoff. Tells the guy to leave. He does. Maybe he'll see her again. I guess for an Army of the Dead prequel, they'll have that girl back. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. Yeah, let's kill off Batista's character in Army of the Dead, who is the character I like the most. Kill him off, but the people we have left is German safecracker guy, who's annoying. The one, Batista's daughter, who's supreme idiot bitch of the sea. Then the one guy who's been bit and he's going to cause more of a fucking ruckus and more of a end of the world scenario. Good job, guy. Like, that's the people who survive. And oh great, some girl in this movie that just watched. Oh, and the third, she drove the car while he's unlocking it. And then it ends with Batista and the girl in Army of the Dead, who is with Batista. They find him. He says yes to the job. That leads into Army of the Dead. Just the safe in there is the fourth safe that this guy back in the day had. I watch this film and the action scenes, you're not going to remember much about them. If you love watching people crack in the safes and see the same like CGI intricates done well, technically more because there's the competition, so that's a couple times and then 3 times after that. The characters, not much to run home about. You can say they're typical cliche or whatever. The lead guy I found him rather annoying, and it's just pointless to me. It's forgettable. Yes, I will say, people go, well, that's not really a good way to review something. But I will say it. This is a film that did not need made. This is a film that was unneeded, unwanted. You can say any film's unwanted, sure. But then you could say that after the fact. This film was wanted. I think this film was wanted. This film, by next year, no one's going to remember this movie was a thing. By the end of this year, no one's going to remember this movie was a thing. Let's say it's not as much of a rage as Army of the Dead, because that had so much potential and they fucked it up. Here, low, maybe if you're going with the lowest of low for settings in your mind plan of, can I enjoy this or not? You'd be like, eh. But to me, I would never see this film again. I would never see this film again. I had no interest in seeing this film in the first place. I mean, there's plenty of films about thievery you could watch. Or planning a heist. From the stuff in Heat that Robert De Niro and his gang do. The Thief with James Caan. To even like more fun stuff like The Big Hit with Mark Wahlberg. That's more fun, over the top escapism. I wasn't even a big fan of Dead of Thieves with Gerard Butler, but I would put that above this. I'm not big in Point Break like other people are, but I would put that above this. I mean, there's just many other... I mean, Inside Man, Spike Lee, that's a good film. I would put that above... I mean, there's just plenty of other films with thieves. Or even, National Treasure. The Declaration of Independence. And part of the fun is the intricate plan and trying to make this plan. We gotta do this, do this. Here is just... We got in here. We just hope to save. I mean, you know that's going to work out fine. And I mean, you've seen one, you've seen all. So I just don't get where the excitement comes from in this movie. I really don't. So, not caring about the characters and not caring about the story, and it's not that exciting, and it's not that thrilling, at least to me. And again, a German safecracker, if you love that, I guess if you love that character in Army of the Dead, and you want to see more of him, be my guest. It's not in the top 10 worst of the year, because the year has a lot of bad movies. It's just, didn't care for it, wasn't my cup of tea. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.